Joining us now exclusively from Washington is Republican Senator John McCain. Good morning, Senator McCain.
Good morning, Maggie.
Let's start with what Bill Plant just mentioned. Muammar Gaddafi can't find a place where he's welcome here to stay. Do you think maybe he just shouldn't have been invited?
I think his problem is that he can't find a place to pitch his tent. I think there's hotel rooms available. Fidel Castro has come. A number of other people have come throughout the years. His insistence on a tent, I think, is the major part of his problem.
All right, let's get to Afghanistan, because this morning every major newspaper is reporting on how American support for the war there is waning because more troops have been dying ever since that new strategy was put in place back in July. Now General McChrystal wants even more troops, and President Obama is holding off. Do you believe that the president is wise to wait and weigh his options, or do you think he's being wishy-washy at a time when he should be decisive?
Well, first of all, many of us knew that there would be increased casualties, unfortunately, as we moved into areas that are controlled by the Taliban. And second of all, the strategy is there. Admiral Mullen, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, said that that strategy was the one that was developed in March. The president was very strong in March as to what needed to be done. It's clear we need additional troops, and the longer we wait and delay, the more Americans will be put at risk unnecessarily because we haven't implemented a new strategy that will succeed, or certainly can succeed, without sufficient troops, as soon as we get sufficient troops there.
But we have implemented this new strategy where the focus is on protecting Afghan civilians, and more Americans are dying as a result. What about something like
what? That's not the strategy. Actually, that's not the strategy.
That is?
The strategy, no, it's the strategy
that's
is
a major
to go
focus
out
of the strategy.
And to clear and to, no, the strategy is to go out as we did in the surge in Afghanistan, to clear the areas, hold, work, and operate with the Afghan military as we build it up, provide a stable economic and political environment so that the process of normalization and stabilization can go forward.
While trying not to kill as many Afghan civilians, in hopes that they will be more likely to cooperate with you if you protect them further.
Just as we did in Iraq, yes, during the surge, exactly. And that succeeded, even though many, including the president at the time, did not believe that that would work.
Okay. I'd like to ask you finally about something that conservative commentator Glenn Beck said in an interview with Katie Couric. I'm not sure if you heard about this, but I'm curious what your reaction is. This is a quote, Glenn Beck. "I think John McCain is a weird progressive like Theodore Roosevelt was. I think John McCain would have been worse for the country than Barack Obama." This from a conservative. What's your response?
My only response I can make to a comment like that is anytime my name is mentioned in the same breath as Teddy Roosevelt, I am honored.
Right.
Teddy Roosevelt's my hero. Thanks, Maggie.
All right, Senator McCain. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Thanks for having me on.
Okay. Now let's check in with Russ Mitchell at the news desk.